Hello, and welcome to M3 Live. My name is Malcolm Travers. Male Media Mind is a grassroots organization dedicated to uplifting and unifying our community through dialogue, insight, creativity, and knowledge. And every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I invite my friends to help me break down issues, usually around relationships, spirituality, self-development, or whatever is in the news that I could use an extra perspective on. As we discuss, please leave us your comments and questions. We'll get to them as soon as we can. Let me introduce you to the panel. We got the talented Mr. Drayden joining us from Atlanta. What's going on, Greg?
Howdy.
Hey.
Hey.
I know there's a lot of politics going on, but I don't want to talk about any of it. I don't. But we will get to it on your show on the Saturday sit down.
Right. I was about to say, all I said was howdy.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Right.
But we always talk politics, and I'm like, nope.
No, we're not. All I need today is more cowbell, please.
Yes, I'm trying to find some fun, relationship topics. We'll do that.
Hey,
yeah, there you go.
Watch my news boot today, so because I walked past the TV and it said breaking news for 28 minutes.
Right, exactly.
Today is not the day for me. I was like, nope. Yeah, so I forget because it's every 4 years of how triggered you are in the last 2 weeks, and I refuse to go get Xanax this year. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, but we will get into it on Saturday because it is helpful.
Well, I'm going to do a new take on it. We're going to do news light because I really need to take a break.
Yeah,
it is just like it's
too much.
Well, it is because we are looking at one thing or the other. And,
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like the what was it? Jonah Goldberg was he the person who wrote the article about? Yeah. Anyway, the whole point is,
yes,
I am not. I'm not sure that it will matter, like you were talking about before, and that's what gives me anxiety. It should. And of course,
I think it will. So we disagree there. But we'll talk about
we'll see.
Saturday. We still have another person to introduce down below where he likes to be.
the cat daddy, the Glad Hatter from Tijuana, in a bunker 60 feet below the sea.
With a cat bunker.
It's a cat daddy. That's it.
He must have get murder mittens.
Yes.
Oh my God. Here comes the daddy of the red shorts.
Yeah. Of course, you can join Swag on Tuesdays at 7. Welcome, Swag.
Thank you for having me.
Hola.
Yeah. Yes. Once people, there are too many cooks in the kitchen, apparently.
My hands are right here.
Welcome, John. You can find John on social media at the Double J Chronicles, and I will find the placard when I can. Oh, there we go. Scrolling. There we go. Welcome, John.
Hey.
So, like I said, we may talk politics in the Patreon section of the broadcast, but like I was saying, I'm kind of burnt out on it, and I have some fun stuff to talk about. Sort of fun.
Yay.
We'll see.
Fun stuff.
It's going to be relationship stuff. It's going to be some ridiculousness, some fun stories. So I'm going to start with one from the Savage Love cast. As you know, I love this is one of my things that I've probably been listening to this podcast for like 20 years. It's been out that long. And what it never fails to distract me from horrible shit. It just doesn't. And maybe you can learn something from it. I don't know. I'm going to play this real quick.
And so I've been seeing this girl for about 6 weeks, and we've hit it off fast, and it's become very feelings oriented very quickly. I got divorced a few years ago, and this is the first time that I have felt something deeper for somebody. She's super attractive, but she also does little things that reveal a good and kind character to me at this early stage and suggest a generous and good soul that I can trust. But I guess I struggle with the trust part. And tonight, after I told her I couldn't hang out, she texted me and said she was going to go meet up with a male friend of hers for a drink. This male friend had reportedly recently broken up, and she felt he needed a shoulder to cry on. I asked her if they had ever dated or fucked before, and she said no. But about 10 minutes later, she texted me back and said she had in fact fucked him for some time more than a year ago. She insisted that wasn't the reason she was going to meet up with him, but I guess I'm not sure. There was also another episode a few weeks back where she was going to go meet up with another male friend who she initially said was not someone she had been with, but then she turned around and said, I'm sorry, but yes, I was with him. I'm just trying to figure out whether I am overreacting in this situation. Post-divorce, I've done a little bit of research into my attachment style, and I do seem to have an anxious attachment style. But I guess I just like your take on the situation. I'm very torn about whether I'm overreacting about her spending time with these dudes, whether I should be fine with it or whether I have reason to be concerned and whether I should view this as a red flag.
This is one of those adorable straight people problems, because if you're gay and you're dating someone and he says, oh, I'm going to go, we can't hang out tonight for whatever reason, we've just met, I'm going to go hang out with my friend Mark. You automatically assume that he's hooked up with Mark, because most gay guys, most friends of gay guys are people that they briefly dated or hooked up with once and realized that they were better as friends than as fuck buddies or potential romantic partners. So the default assumption in gay land, when you're this guy you just met and you started to have a bit of a crush on and you've been seeing for a few weeks, is hanging out with friends. Yeah, he's hanging out with a bunch of guys who've railed him or that he's railed. So hearing from you, like, oh, this is adorable that you have to worry about this, that you can't just assume that when your girlfriend says she's seeing a male friend, that she's seeing somebody that she's hooked up with in the past, the way a gay guy would assume that when his new boyfriend is seeing somebody he's friends with, that it's probably somebody he's hooked up with in the past. You don't even need to drill down or address it.
Mm.
First off, she's a whore.
That's what I said, dog. The very statement I said Monday. Thank you, friend.
And I wouldn't be able to trust her as far as I could spit, because you asked her directly and she lied and said she hadn't. Then she's going to come back and say she has. She's a whore.
This is why the two of you are friends. This is exactly what Greg said Monday.
America, that is my friend.
Almost word for word. It was pretty good. I was like, well, yeah.
I have no comments. John has spoken.
Well, let me play devil's advocate, because just because they hooked up and just because she lied about it does not necessarily mean that there's going to be anything going on.
Oh.
John, get back here.
Okay. I hear what you're saying, but she did it twice. There's a pattern.
Yeah.
Well, no, she didn't lie about it twice. She just said the second guy.
It doesn't necessarily mean that she did anything.
Right, she just said that the next guy.
I'm a little offended with the whole, like, in gay world, we just assume that. I don't know.
Yeah, I was a little offended by that one too.
Yeah, I mean,
Most of the time,
it's the case, but
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. It's not necessarily true. It's just that we wouldn't.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens enough
It happens.
to the point where, and it's not even necessarily you hooked up with your friends. It's just that the gay world is so much smaller that the idea of not running into people you fucked is like, very slim the older you get. Just saying.
Let's use the correct word. Railed.
He's railed or you railed him.
I had to pull that one up. I'm like, he used it so many times. I'm like, let me find my train.
Choo choo.
I think we had fun with that word on Monday. I mean, John, I couldn't have been agree more. I said the same thing. The bigger problem here is, well, there are two problems. And the first problem is he probably should not be in a relationship with anybody. He should finish out a couple of therapy cycles because, he has issues. He is making a mountain out of a molehill out of a mountain. I mean, other way around. So, but she is a whore. I mean, that does not negate the fact. And she's a lying whore on top of that.
He has attachment. He did say that. He does have attachment. I don't know if one's called it issues, but he attaches very quickly to people, I can tell. So he's probably one of those that are, those people that are like relationship oriented. They can only date one person at one time. They can't date multiple people. I get that from him.
Yeah.
Right. But
that's what I was going to say is that he's only been seeing this girl for 6 weeks, right? So they haven't really determined whether or not they're exclusive yet. Anyway, like that's another assumption that should be made.
That's the more
true, but I agree with you on that, because I was going to say that too. I agree with you on that, but he kind of already said he does have an attachment problem.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like we assume, and we should assume, that people come in good working order. You can have an attachment style, but you still have to make adjustments for it and behave like a decent human being. And I would make this argument about the question was a little overstepping anyway. Like, why are you asking about whether or not I fucked this dude?
Oh, you never thought about it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I think that's why she lied, because she was kind of taken aback and she was like, shit. You know, like, I got to reveal the fact that I fucked this dude. That looks bad. Let me just lie real quick. And then she had the forethought to say, like, you know what? I'm going to tell him the truth.
Yeah.
You know, she
probably thought, because it probably sound kind of very, how can I put it, demanding or you know, clingy or ownership type. So she probably said, "Oh hell, let me tell this motherfucker the truth," because
she's gonna end up on Snap for sure. That bitch gonna end up in a tote in the garage. You better be careful.
Not a tote.
But here's the funny thing, another thing that came up for me when I was listening to this, because I'm going on this whole rant about myself finding stalker type people attractive, is I remember of that as cute sometimes in previous relationships, when somebody wanted to know where I was at all times, keep tabs on me. You know, like I had one guy literally show up when I was like meeting someone for drinks, like in that very scenario.
Wow. You know, I have a friend that Malcolm and I both know.
Yeah, it was in DC. Yeah, it was. Yeah. And I was meeting a friend there for drinks. I didn't know that he knew this guy. And so he had this sort of jealousy thing, and he just popped up. And when he did, he took me out to dinner, and it was a nice dinner. But then it wasn't until like later I realized, like, why because the nice dinner sounded kind of like defused the
bitch because you're greedy. Bitch because you're greedy. You was thinking about the food.
It was a good thing. I went from a dive bar to a nice restaurant, and like, I was like,
bitch, he gonna get you. John, that day I was like, bitch, he gonna get you. He gonna get you, bitch. I tell you. No, so Marco.
Yeah.
So we have I'm not gonna put in my business. We have a friend, and they were in this relationship, and they mirrored each other's phone.
Yeah, he did.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, he could see every text I got, every call I got.
They ain't say it was you, but you
but I'm just saying that it made him feel better, and at the time I didn't think it much of it, right? Like I was just like, whatever.
And you was so cool with it. I was like hitting the roof. I was like, "Bitch, are you crazy?"
It made him better, and the dick was good. I mean, like, let's be real. Like, that was the other thing. The jealous dick was amazing. If I was hanging out with somebody else, which may have even included Greg at times.
Yeah. That crazy that crazy bitch hated my guts. And I was like, bitch, you hate me because you're crazy. That's all, period.
Malcolm, you gonna end up getting somebody killed.
Always been like a little
okay.
Malcolm,
you dangerous.
Right.
Gregory, you in danger, girl.
Right. I had to go get. That's why I got to test her a week later.
I know. But it is what it is. I'm just saying that.
So my problem with the call,
yeah,
on this, and the other thing is, like, she has to be in her changing her mind. That says a lot, because she is like, okay, because I would have stopped panicking at that moment, because I've been there. You know, you meet somebody, you think you cool, he asks you off the wall motherfucking question, like, where the fuck you been? or where you going?
That did good.
Or who is that? Yeah. Let me tell you, those are the because we have to make this black and gay and male.
Yeah, that's true.
So those are the beginning questions. How long you gonna be, Bay? And Bay don't make it no better, bitch, because he said Bay. And that's the question is still crazy, John. It's still crazy, nigga. It's still where you been, Bay? Where you going, Bay? Who is that? How you know her? How you know him? You know,
First time the dude, first time I received a text, and first time that happened, and dude told me, "Who texting us? Us? This my phone."
That is
because the bill don't say us, nigga.
Wow.
Say that.
Right.
So
AT&T, this bill for we, nigga. Yeah, no, nobody said that. So,
That's pretty good.
yeah, so those are the three. Like, beware of those things. I mean, I'm not saying that, but Malcolm, have you ever seen this? Has anybody ever seen this where you have both people are just batshit crazy? And they are just batshit crazy together, and you're just like, oh, they deserve each other, and you just follow them on social media, John, because you just want to see this explosion.
Yeah, you want to be far enough away for there not to be any backsplash, but you know,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So Brother Cream was in one of those relationships.
God,
yeah, he dated an extremely popular person, and I was like, seriously, I was like on The Color Purple. Now I'm gonna stand back and see what color the wall next.
Wall gonna look like.
Yeah, that's exactly. And Brother Cream has told the story on the show before, but like, I know gay world is small, but taking this from a black male gay perspective, it is small. And then you're into big dudes or whatever, you know what I mean? It's tinier and tinier. So the likelihood that you've been with somebody that ain't been with nobody that you know is small. So you don't have, like, take that off the table. I agree with that part. Like, take that off the table, but don't date no whore. If you've been with, I got 9 friends, bitch, and you've been with the overwhelming ratio of those friends, that
why do they have to be a whore? Why?
Well, I mean, we are sex positive.
We use the term loosely. Whore.
Yes, we are sex positive, but whore can just be like you are, active. How about that?
Yeah, active.
Popular. Well, let's use the word popular.
Let's say active.
Popular.
Right. I like the term popular. Like, you have been popular with more
frequent physical activity, just something like that.
Fun loving. How about that?
This card is always full. Like,
let's just agree to say popular. So I got
Popular
9 friends, and it's like that gay wedding on Instagram. You know, John. Everybody knows John. You remember Alex? Alex. Oh, Alex, right. And so that is like that. Even in places like New York City and LA, you'll be surprised of the connection of the gays. But I don't know. Beware. She should back out because he.
Yeah. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
But
Sammy,
kind of hot to me though. I don't know.
because you crazy, bitch. Let me just put that out there, bitch.
I always said I never.
No, but you never. What I'm telling you. Well, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and put your business.
I know those dudes are kind of hot.
I'm gonna go ahead and put your business in the street. You like it till it get to be too much.
I know exactly. Yeah.
Oh no! Why
it's like I want you to be thinking about me.
No, then he gonna call me John. He called me. I don't know why you standing outside my house. And I hang up. Don't call here with no more with that. I didn't tell you before I got there. Got your mama worried and nervous. She downstairs. Who is that? I mean, so you have to like.
Oh god.
I think we've all been in the crazy stage.
Yeah.
Like
I've been the crazy one, but anyway, go ahead.
I showed up to the club in my pajamas and flip flops. I showed up at the club in my pajamas and slides. Nigga, where you at? You can't ask, all that.
Well, the most I've done is maybe drive by their house to make sure they car there. That's probably the most that I've done.
Now my ass been there, fucked around, touched the hood while your car warm. You said you ain't been nowhere.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah.
Why your motherfucking hood warm, nigga? Yo, you ain't been nowhere.
Okay, I feel better now. I'm not the only crazy one.
See how many miles they driven, and it's like, where'd you go today, babe? It's like, oh, I just went to the store. You've been driving for 100 miles, and you just went to the store. What store did you go to?
Oh no!
Bitch, you went 5 states over, didn't you? Yeah, I've touched the hood. I'll be like, you got one too many glasses in the sink.
Oh God, no!
Oh no, I ain't go that far.
I'll be like, who been over here? Somebody else with another glass in this sink. You live by yourself. Who been over here?
Oh God, that's good.
I am Afro-Cuban, and I'm a so they're all.
And I've done, like I said, I've done that. Go see, I see a foreign car there. I park, I wait and time it. Then I call, why that car there so long? Stuff like that.
You realize that is super creepy if the person sees that.
I was in my
20s. I was in my 20s.
Like I said, after a relationship is over, it's creepy. Like,
no, we're not saying we're there today, Malcolm. We're saying, or my favorite one when I was young, oh bitch, I thought you was at work. I went to your job, you weren't there. What happened? You guys,
oh my God.
What's
that's
wrong
bad.
with you? Yeah, they told me that you ain't even you was a no show. Then you ain't even call in. What the fuck?
Okay,
yes,
that's bad.
Right, because now I'm friends with your manager.
And see, now you can't do nothing these days because back in the day, you could call them and say, "Well, I'm at home." See, back then you had to go with it, but now turn on your camera. Let me see you at home.
Let me FaceTime you, boo. What you doing?
Oh God. Or just at that point, you probably already have location services on anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot about location service.
Yeah, we're not alone. We're just saying we're not that way now. We have learned.
Yeah.
And when you had one too many killers outside your window, and then let's just keep it real, you actually dated the killer. Like it's a joke, but this
I know I did actually.
Yeah,
I
dated 2 killers actually.
See, that's why I'm also leery about
face.
That's why I'm also leery about you iPhone people because y'all be putting them iPod tags in my luggage.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or in my pocket or something.
I mean,
now,
you
know what? That is deceitful. That is just so. That is.
Now, mind you, the Samsung ones are cheaper anyway. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, they are.
So why? That means you must be really worth it for me to put an Apple tag on these bitches for $30 a piece.
They put a low jack on your ass, nigga. Low jack.
I'm at home. Really? Because I got this Apple tag on you and it says you over it.
They did add something to the update that if you have an Apple tag on you that you didn't know about, that it will.
Yeah, they did put that out. Yeah.
That's so bad though that
they had to do
it. Or you ever been out with somebody and you go to somebody's house and the other person's phone is your phone connected to their Wi-Fi, nigga?
Oh yeah, when it automatically connects. You've been here before, bitch.
You gotta get
auto connected. I saw that. Shit.
Hold on. You gotta signal. What the fuck? We way out here. Ain't got no.
How'd you get that? Oh yeah, that's
a little Wi-Fi thing. What the right? That's technology. Get your ass hemmed up though, for real.
Oh God. Okay, I feel better now. All right. You have any comments or questions?
Just another crazy one, Sammy. Right. Sam is part of the crazy brethren. Why are we shaming her? She's probably figuring his fragile ego couldn't handle the truth, so she cushioned the blow to his ego.
Agreed.
Possibly.
We're not. We should not be horse shaming anybody.
That bitch need to be running like a white bitch in a scary movie. If I was her.
Not a white bitch. No,
a white bitch in a scary movie. Please, we need to debunk the all gay friends have.
Yeah, we said that
because that's not true either. There must be some Twinkie white shit. No, that's not some Twinkie white shit.
I think it is the idea of like a small circle, you know. So
there's particularly it's kind of based in the truth, like right, like That's especially in Generation Xers, because we didn't have all the outlets. So years ago, you kind of had to meet people where you are, and if you're from a small town, you tend to date what's available.
Yeah,
So
I think we
Yeah.
date further afield now, so
yeah,
it's
so
not maybe
your,
as true. Yeah,
your whore radar can go a little further.
your hodar.
Your hodar,
Mhm.
your hodar can go a little further than in previous. Congratulations, thank you, Steve Jobs.
Right. Oh
Yeah,
god.
thank you. Now some of this shit was created to get you some dick and some ass. They was
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
I
Those,
can increase my chances here.
yeah, the thing where you can hide all the dirty apps and you don't get notifications either. They added that to iOS 18. Yeah, that's so for Grinder. So like Grind. Yeah,
Yeah,
because it used to be the thing. It used to the problem with hiding apps before was that there would be a hidden apps folder. It says, "Why are you hiding apps?"
Sid Malcolm.
That-
Sid Malcolm to man.
This Apple talk, right?
Yes, but we're
Okay.
just saying that the hidden apps do not show
Yeah.
a folder anymore.
Okay.
They are whittling down for the hoes out there trying to perpetrate. I'm just saying, like, why else are you trying to hide this
You
app? Why are you
still got
trying to?
that hidden pic folder though. You still got that.
Yeah, they do. I think they have a different way of hiding them. I don't have that shit.
I don't know.
Y'all can see all that shit.
But John, to get into the hidden pic folder, you gotta use your Face ID.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
it is.
okay.
And she's
So if
straight.
you have the face, yeah.
She's straight. Okay.
You can't rename the folder to something else?
Oh, you cannot.
Oh.
No. You can't say pics on my grandma and nothing like that.
Because I would rename it work documents or something like that.
Friend, don't tell your secret. Friend, don't tell your
Could you imagine somebody be like, you know what, babe? I know your grandma's birthday is coming up, so I thought I'd get into your phone and try to pull a picture of her. And oh my God, what is all this?
Every place you go, you taking pictures of big asses.
Oh god.
Big asses everywhere. Big asses everywhere.
Oh god. All right.
It's okay.
All right, I got another one, which we also did Monday, but we said we would replay this one.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Hey, I feel some kind of way. You'll never pop in my show.
Okay, so we got a good story for you, Jeff.
Okay.
We popped in right as we were starting a new topic, so
I'm here for it.
we'll respond. All right, here we go.
You meet this guy online. Y'all talk for about 3-4 weeks on the regular, 2, 3, 4 times a day sometimes. After a couple weeks, he decides he's going to invite you to dinner. You agree. Okay, cool. A couple days before the date, he tells you he ain't got no car. You say, no problem, I'll come by and get you. When you get to his house to pick him up, he comes outside. He has on sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a pair of flip-flops. You look at him and say, I thought we was going to dinner. He then informs you at that time he has decided that it's better for y'all to do takeout and come back to his house, because that way y'all can talk and get to know each other on a different level without interruptions. You say, okay. Now the takeout menu of choice that he chooses is Taco Bell. Okay. When you get to the order board, he orders 2 taco boxes. You know, the ones that got 10 tacos in them? Okay, he orders 2 and 2 large drinks. Okay. As you pull around to the window to pay, he patting his pants and he goes, "Ooh, I think I forgot my wallet." You say, okay, no problem. So you pay. Y'all get back to his house. He invites you in, takes you to the kitchen, and tells you to have a seat. He's going to wash his hands. He'll be back. You sit down at the table. You start getting things ready. You're sipping on your large drink. And in walks his mama, his daddy, and his grandma. They sit down at the table. They start eating the tacos. His grandmama look you dead in your face and say, "Hey, thanks for dinner." Okay. So when you leave there, you get in your car and you call me, your friend. You're telling me what happened. Okay. After you finish telling me the story, as your friend, I said, "Wow, that's a lot for a first date, and even worse for a last date." That's what I said. I said, but then you out $25, $30, but that's a small price to pay to save you from all them red flags and toxic behavior. You then say, "What you mean?" I say, "What you mean? What do I mean?" I said, $25, $30 is a small price to pay that's going to save you from all them red flags he just threw on the field. You say to me, I like him. Wait, what? You say I like him. I'm just gonna chalk this up to he's having a bad week. Oh. So I say to you as your friend, I said, so everything that just happened, you good with it, right? You say, yeah, I like him. So I say as your friend, I said, friend, I love you. You say, yeah, I know. I said, I stand on business, right? You say, yeah, I know. I said, so let me say this to you. You will never be able to call me and complain to me about this guy. Now, let me be clear. You have the right to date whoever you want to date. That's your business. That's not my business. That's your business. But I'm telling you as your friend, and I'm going to touch your hand through the phone when I say this. You can never call me and complain about this guy. Because if you do, what I'm going to do is hold your hand through the phone and bring your remembrance back to this conversation. Now, you get mad at me and tell me how unsupportive I am as a friend because you really like the guy. Oh, okay. Sometimes I think people love drama more than they love their self. I really do.
Oh,
I just love the way she told that story, though.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but I was saying on Monday, I've been that person. I've been the other person on that phone before. Going like,
yes, and I was her. I was her.
I
That's
like
just
you.
for reference.
Not, but I like it.
Oh,
Oh,
you like,
What
oh,
Malcolm,
Jesus.
you be like, but Malcolm, he stole your wallet, bitch. Oh no.
You know what? I'll
He
just
was
watch
just
it
going
better
through
next
something.
time.
Yeah, he forgot he had it. He
He was going through your wallet.
But I would have done it. Said, "Well, girl, if you like it so much, why are you calling me then and telling me this
Yeah.
story? Like,
Well, she called her to be like, I had a good time, and this is what happened.
is that what she said? I don't know.
Basically,
Yeah. I think on some level, she knew that her friend was going to pull her up. You know what I mean?
just for anybody in the audience and the sound of my
She
voice,
is absolutely right.
Right.
If you call me as a friend and you tell me the story and I tell you, yeah, you got off easy, and they're like, but I love him. Okay, choices.
I would tell
Don't
y'all,
complain they ever
right now.
do anything because
I'm just thinking like the story of the first date. If you get into a relationship with this dude, this is the story you gonna tell about your first date.
Right.
I had to feed his family, and yeah.
On our first date, we went to Taco Bell for takeout.
I had to feed his
Now,
family.
we heard a lot of things about the Cheesecake Factory thing, but I can deal with that. Taco Bell.
She good by staying on the phone that long, because after I would have told her all of that and she got mad at me, or whoever got mad at me, I would have hung up, because I said what I'm gonna say. I'm not finishing it no more. I would have just hung up.
Right. She was a good friend. I mean, that's the thing. I said she was as compassionate as she could be. Because
let me
what you mean? What you mean?
I mean, even at this very seasoned age I am, I have friends that have a little more seasoned on their chicken than I do, and they still do dumb stuff like that.
And I would hang up.
Right, like the prison friend, like.
Oh yeah, I remember that. How is a prison friend?
With a prisoner.
I'm not ready to that.
It's true though. Like he's into this.
Yeah, I think the way he
Funny because
was.
it's true.
And then he talking about something. He gonna come in a few weeks to Greg, I bought me and Boo a new house. Come on to the house for me. I am not. Did he get that approved from his parole officer? I'm not coming. I'm not coming over there. I like people that be free all their life. I'm not coming over there. I'm not coming over there, because if my shit get missing, I'll blame him immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay with the house, and then when I'm gonna get me a black turtleneck from when your ass is on Snap. When you find yourself in the tote in the garage, I'm gonna have on my black turtleneck and my Jesus cross. The interviewer gonna be like, "Did you know he was the killer, Mr. Drake?" I'm like, "I sure did. I told that bitch." Told that bitch. No, but with this, I think, especially with women, sometimes women really want a project. They be like, I can fix him, girl. He'll be all right.
He got potential.
Yeah, he got potential. All he needs is somebody to believe in him.
Well,
What
she got
happened
one
the
thing-
first
she got
48
one-
years of his life?
She got one thing out the way. She done met the family, so hey.
She had to pay for tacos.
Right. And
Word
not
to
just
the
your mom
wise.
and your daddy, but your grandmama. Like y'all got 3
You
generations
done met
living
the
in the same
whole
house.
family.
Like 3 different generations in one house. Like that's a red flag in itself.
Next week, the baby mama's kids gonna be over there.
Right.
Oh yeah,
And
we
the baby
forgot.
mama.
You my new mama. You my new mama.
And now that I think about it, that probably was pre-planned because when they came in, they didn't say, "Is this for us?" No, they
They
just pulled
said
up a
thank
plate
you.
and
Right.
thank you.
He gonna be like, Mama. He was like, Mama, I'm going to Taco
He did
Bell.
that on purpose.
He did. That's why the whole thing was planned to get dinner for his family, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hey man, you gotta do.
But you like him, okay?
She gonna marry
He
that.
literally just played you for some food.
Yeah, because I'm with the friend, and I'm that friend too. Like you said, I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, no, we ain't having this discussion no more. Like,
And then hang up.
No, Jeff, man,
like
you know,
I
I
love
know better than to call you, bitch. I call John before I call you. That's
No, you
bad.
don't want to do that. Not if you tell me that story.
I'm gonna tell you right now, one way to get on my bad side is you call me and you tell me this story, and I try to be a supportive friend, and then you say, "Well, you're not being a supportive friend. I don't appreciate that." Exactly. Right. That's gonna be my next move because like I hate that. I have been there before with people, and it's like I'm gonna be honest with you because you are my friend. I'm not gonna just stroke your ego just because that's what you think I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna be honest with you because that's what a friend does. And if you think I'm not supporting me,
what's going on with your mic? What's happening with your mic?
It's a little low, but
yeah, it is.
Oh.
I'm sorry, friend. I didn't mean to bust your bubble. My bad. Okay.
No, it was the way that you grabbed the top of the mic though for me. It was like, well, wait a minute.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
I just want you to be heard, friends. Want you to be
I appreciate it. Maybe I got
you know, and so undoubtedly, just like my jail friend, because this since the last, this is his 3rd prisoner.
Yeah.
Since 18 months ago, he's on his 3rd prisoner, and so he ain't gonna stop till he gets maimed or injured or killed, or I'm like, dude, and he got mad at me one time because I told him, I said, now you know he didn't have it up the ass. Now you like these trades, you think they all this and that. This nigga got fucked up in the ass for a cigarette. And this is the man that you want living in your house, you trust with your shit while you go, because he travels for work. While you go,
hell no.
I said, I'm waiting for that Mayflower truck when I'm gonna go past your neighborhood one day, and a Mayflower truck gonna come out there. I'm like, oh, that bitch moving. Right. I mean, I don't know. Some people, like my older sister, she loved a motherfucker she had to put together and piece together. And when she pieced together, they left her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's exactly what that was.
He's an ex-con and he leave him in the house by himself.
Yeah. And he'd be gone
it's you know what? In a little while, it's gonna be yellow tape around that house soon.
I told you, bitch, when I get my black turtleneck for snaps, when I do my little vignette, they'll be like, did you know? I'm like, yeah, I told you.
I warned you.
Yeah. I'm gonna send y'all to save the date for the episode.
That's messed up.
I know somebody that actually really happened to though.
I'm gonna say that. No, because that is so crazy to me, and that says a lot about self-esteem and all that. That has so many layers to it, and you just wonder what kind of men has she been dating that she thinks that's the best she can do. Mr. Taylor says, hold on, did we get Sammy's before? Did we get this one? The chick is me. I'm doing to remind you of all your stupidity over a man. From jump, he showed you he wasn't shit, but that made her pussy moist. So have fun with that, right?
Yeah.
Is this better, by the way?
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Come on now. Say it again. Is this better?
Is this better?
Right.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Call me now for your free reading.
Mr. Taylor, Los Angeles in the building. Baby, my sisters would have ended it so soon. He said Taco Bell. Yes, that is problem number 1 through 5 right there.
Right.
No,
because takeout is Chinese food or not Taco Bell. That's drive-through. That's a different thing.
Takeout is Maggiano's, Olive Garden.
Right.
Taco Bell. You got 20 minutes left for lunch, and you're on your way back to the office, and that's the closest restaurant to where you work at. And then because you want to shit before you have a meeting, so you can miss half the meeting.
Taco Bell, you left the club, and that's the only thing that's open. It's like you just need something to
I
put on
ain't
your
Taco Bell out there that had liquor. I'm not doing
And look,
that.
when he said the Taco Bell box, I thought he was talking about the $7 box with the 3 burritos in it, but he was talking about the one with 10.
Just the 10 tacos, right? I don't even get a chalupa. Like, what the fuck?
Then they were so selfish. He only got 2 drinks for him and her.
Right.
What grandma gonna drink? I mean, damn. This disrespect.
Oh god, that's so.
Yeah, they look like the type that they may have had red Kool-Aid in the refrigerator. It was just red.
Grandma made some red.
Right.
Oh, I ain't want no berry. I ain't want no berry blast. No way. I'm gonna go ahead and make.
I know, right? That's what you get if you got a Taco Bell.
I'm gonna tell you something now. Word to the wise. If you gonna give me something from Taco, bring me some cinnamon twists up in this motherfucker.
Now those out there.
Yeah.
For sure.
You might fuck around and get you some dick. If you bring me some cinnamon twists, you might.
Red. Now you already started with chicken potatoes. Now are you gonna be hollering cinnamon twists?
Don't you hate when you show up and they know you? That's fucked up.
Oh god.
What's y'all talking about? I know you got that other one we watched so much.
Yeah, I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I got another one from Monday.
Push your button.
All right, so I got one about how we communicate. I guess our whether we give positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. I'm gonna do this one real quick.
Can criticism be a form of positive encouragement? Well, it depends. Most people probably expect encouragement to sound like, "You did a great job. I believe in you. You can do it." But some people simply aren't wired for that. For me, working in a tactical environment for years conditioned me for negative reinforcement. Negative reinforcement encourages positive behavior by removing a negative stimulus. You've probably experienced this. If you've ever got into a car and ignored that annoying chime sound until you put on your seatbelt, that chime is there to make you uncomfortable until you change your behavior. And the same happens in communication. Instead of hearing someone say, "Good job, you'll get it next time," someone may instead say, "That's all you got?" This is what happens when you don't put in the work. The idea behind this form of encouragement is that it's meant to push you, to remove comfort and encourage positive behavior change. And for me personally, I love that. I don't love positive reinforcement because it removes the pressure to perform and improve. And I don't want my effort celebrated, only my accomplishments, because I don't want to be lulled into a sense of mediocrity. Here's the problem. Most everyone else isn't wired for that. So most people end up feeling discouraged because negative reinforcement feels like an attack or punishment. So if you're wired for negative reinforcement like I am, you're going to have to dig deep to be a positive encourager. And if you do use negative reinforcement, you can only use it on people who genuinely trust you. Because without trust, your words are going to be felt like insults. And in your attempt to help, you'll likely only cause harm.
It was a lot better on Monday. Because I saw
yeah, one of the things we kind of talked about is the idea that for some people, no matter how kindly you put negative reinforcement, they will take negative reinforcement as an attack or something like that. And so sometimes I think I find it difficult to give positive reinforcement because it feels false coming out of my mouth. And I think I tie this back to the idea that I have so much negative self-talk that I just naturally talk to other people in negative ways and think like it's okay or something like that.
Just because he a bitch, that's all.
I'm really good at it. I think I always thought about that where he says, "Is that all you got?" So I can't believe I for that.
There is a difference.
Yeah, you got It's like you wasted my time for that. That's some bullshit.
No,
And I said on my that is how I motivate myself.
Yeah.
I talk to myself better than anybody could in the world, but a bitch outside of me better not say no shit like that to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just very critical of myself. Like, that's just like, and my therapist and Jeffrey told me, stop doing that. But I can't because my mother never treated me harshly or badly or anything. I can't say that, but there was something about my internal settings that's a lot more rough. You know what I mean? I'm a little rough with it. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, you got to get this done. You know what I mean? And I told the story Monday about after I fell, I had to conquer the steps. Swag, my sister, everybody's like, oh, you can do it. And so you can do it. It is okay. Take your time. And I was on them steps sweating like a whore. You come on, motherfucker. Get your ass. Get your motherfucking ass up these steps. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think what it really matters is like what the result of that speech is, right? One of the things I got from it, and when I think about it, is that we are not all the same. Not, some people really do bloom in the face of negative reinforcement. I was talking about you. But no, I was thinking about like, I was saying when I read this book by what was it, David Goggins, the Black Navy SEAL guy who's a motivational speaker now. And he just talked about himself and other people who are in armed services, like, their drill sergeants were their mentors.
Yeah.
They were also their antagonists.
You gotta be a rough bitch to be your friend, because there is nothing warm and fuzzy over there.
No, I don't have.
You don't believe in that. I'm just telling you, America.
It's not that I don't believe in it.
Oh,
it's true. I don't believe in it. Okay. Let's be real. I don't believe in it, but it is also true that I'm really bad at positive reinforcement, because if I don't believe it, I can't really do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can pretend, but it's just like it's so false.
After a while, that wears off.
Yeah. Well, what I can do is I can drill it down to say the lightest of criticism. But I don't believe in that sort of like compliment sandwich bullshit. That wasn't working. And
I'm
we
always
could,
with myself.
And one of the things I've learned is I could just ask someone if they're open for criticism rather than just go right in and say, "Are you open to hearing some criticism about that or some feedback?"
Then I'm gonna be like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I do that with my friends though, because I work with different caveat. Like I said, I grew up with so much negative reinforcement that was not positive. I mean, it literally, my self-esteem was in the can by the time I was a teenager, thanks to my mother. And as I've learned and going through my healing process, and also for what I do professionally, I had to learn that I have to figure out other ways sometimes to say the same thing. But I find it interesting because I have clients that, like, I understand. I have clients, you can do all the sweet stuff to them or whatever, and they be like, they don't do nothing. But I have one lady in my office, and she literally is like somebody's grandmama. And I'll be like, I'm going to send Miss T after you. And they know what that means, because she going to be like, what the hell are you doing? How you doing that? But they respond to it. They come in there. They will come. If she tell them to come to the office, I literally have a client, like I had my little nice caseworker. She's trained and she's very, I'm a mental health specialist and I'm going to do all this. And she would call people and they wouldn't show up. And after the third call, I said, Miss T, I said, get them in the office. She called at one time. They come running to the office. and I tell them now, I'll be like, and if they don't come in, I'll be like, okay, if I don't see you within so many days, I'm sending Miss T out there. And they know what that means. So I get it. Like you said, and I'm that friend though too now though, because I used to get really frustrated, similar to the last thing with my friends, when you telling me all this bullshit and I'm giving you sound advice. I'm being unbiased. I'm doing all that stuff. I'm taking me out of it, but I'm being your friend. And then you don't do nothing with it, and now I'm mad because, bitch, I don't gave you all this. I could have kept my mouth.
That's it. I could have saved I might need that.
I could have saved my breath. So now I asked, because I had a friend call me literally last week. And he was like, hey, I need to ask you something, and it's kind of serious. And he put it out there, and I say, hey, you know who I am, and you know who you talking to. So what are you looking for here? And he said, give it to me straight, no chase.
Were you Jeffrey or were you Posey? Were you Posey McLean or were you Jeffrey?
No. I was I was my nickname among my friends when I go certain places.
Oh, you was Buckhead. You was Bankhead.
I was Bankhead. I went to Bankhead.
Oh.
We had that moment because literally, I mean, I think it's in the whole spiel, I ended up even cussing a couple of times, and I was just like, okay, you know. But they accepted what I had to say. They was like, okay, that's what I want.
I remember the first time I called, because I remember this conversation when I had to call Malcolm, and I wanted some warm and fuzzy. I was living in DC, and something had happened. It was terrible. Like my refrigerator was broke. The dog got hit. All of it. I was like,
just bad day.
Just bad. I was like, friend. And he was like, oh yeah, it happens. If you were waiting for anything else, nothing else took place. In that conversation, I was like, well, I need to call you back.
I'm not exactly sunshine. You know what I'm saying? I'm the cloud. If you need some clouds, you can call me. And if it's too hot outside, I'll be your clouds.
But that's a Virgo trait, that you guys have. I respect
the next position of that, is that you're not a complainer. So it's more or less, why in the hell should you listen to,
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not good at listening to
don't like this with a hand food.
Thinking about it, we were talking about this about listening. It's like that is exactly the word I would use as complaining. Like if someone is venting at me, it sounds like complaining. It's like, okay, so you don't want me to say anything about this. You don't want me to give you any advice, so you just complaining to me for no reason.
Don't call me with that. Don't call me
exactly.
With that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They called me.
Right.
That's why, me. I'm not the one that's going to be listening to this. No, I'm going to give advice. I'm going to give,
and I'm going to tell you where you fucked up. Yes, I would.
Yes, exactly. So
I also get upset too because as a natural introvert, I already don't want to talk anyway. But because I'm your friend and I care about you, you don't drug me out of my introverted space, and then you're gonna come at me. So that's what my attitude be coming in. Because I tell friends, they be like, "Oh, sometimes you don't answer the phone." You damn right. Because I know you, and you're gonna be gonna piss me off because you're gonna ask me something when I give you. I'm enjoying this introverted space right now.
Right. If you like me, Jeffrey, it's like this could have been a text.
Right. You could have texted me all that, and I would have been like, yes or no.
Oh god.
You got me processing and emotional and all this other stuff, and now I'm pissed because it's you as my friend, and then you'll come in with some book. Oh yeah, I'm mad now.
100% agree.
Oh god. Do we have any comments or questions? I gotta.
Yes, we do have.
Go ahead, my
this is from the last one. So how was he expecting to get to know her if his mama, daddy, and hustle ass grandmammy lived there?
Oh, she got to know him already.
Right.
and then on this topic, no, we need positive reinforcement to know what hard work we've already done isn't going to waste. What we don't need is participation trophies. You just show up and you feel deserve MVP. Oh, hell nah.
I agree.
I think it's different for different people, but I agree with that. There was that movie, I can't remember. I didn't see it, but about the drummer who was like, he had a mentor. And I remember one of the lines that someone quoted was like, he said, the two worst words in the English language are good job. I mean, I was like,
what, drumline?
Yeah, it's not drumline, but
I know the one you're talking about. I can't think of it.
This is the guy who plays Omni-Man, and I can't remember that actor. I can't remember. He got an Oscar nomination for it, but I can't.
Oh,
anyway.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't
the guy that sells insurance.
Yeah, the farmer's guy.
Yeah, the one that played in Spider-Man, the first movie.
Yeah, Jonah Jameson.
Right. That's what I always remember him from was Oz.
Yeah, Nas. Yeah, that's a good point.
That was on TV not too long ago. That's why I remember it. Like literally, I was flipping.
Yeah, it's the initials and then his last name. It's something.
Right.
Yeah.
He's pretty good though.
Yeah, he's a good.
Yeah. So I got another call from the Savage Lovecast. I think this one's a little more. Let me see. A little more funny, or I don't know. It's a weird story. I'm gonna just play it.
Hey Dan, 38 cis male here. I got with my partner over a year ago and we dated for a little bit, and I decided that she wasn't the one for me and I couldn't fully commit. So we kind of backed off and became friends. We kept hanging out and we were like really good friends. And then we went to Burning Man together and started hooking up, and one thing led to another, and we were right back to where we were, where it's like I needed to, either commit to her or stop, and it was a really hard situation for me. But I ended up on, hey, what if we, entered into a poly space and I could fully commit to that, and like she could move in, and that's what we did. And we took a lot of time to make our relationship foundational, and read all the books and podcasts, and we went on a handful of dates. And she has another partner that she sees every once in a while, and I kind of saw some people. But anyway, this summer there was a tragic accident, and I accidentally left her dog in my car, and he passed away. It's been absolutely brutal. I'm feeling emotions from grief and sadness and like hurting her, and then also like guilt, and my whole world's been turned upside down. Anyway, to say the least, she's really been struggling with it, because I am like, the person that did it to her, but also the person that she cares for. And she told me the other day that it feels like she's sleeping with the abuser, and she's just not sure if she can get over it, which I understand. But I've also been like, let's move forward in this relationship, and, let's continue along the poly space that we've been in. But she's just not there anymore, and she just wants to, me to just fully commit to her and like show up for her, which, I could never do at the beginning of the relationship. That wasn't what we agreed to. But I understand that, she's going through a tough time right now, and I know I can't fully commit to her. It's a feeling I've had, in past relationships. I guess I just have commitment issues, or I just don't feel like she's the one that I can fully commit to. But she's an amazing partner. I love her, and she loves me, and we're best friends. But it's why the poly space just made so much sense, and we were really navigating it until this tragedy happened. And anyways, I don't really know how to proceed or what to do or how to take it to give her the space, and also like hold my integrity to what I know I need as well. So I love your show. Any advice would be much appreciated.
So I noticed he used a lot of.
That's a lot.
A lot of passive voice, like, but there's a lot of stuff going on in there, right? Like, it's like
that's a lot.
Yeah.
So my thing is, so what does commitment have to do with you being a dog murderer?
Yeah, because I missed that. Did he kill the dog?
He killed the dog. He used some language. He said he left
the dog
in the car. Basically, the
left
dog
it in the hot car. Yeah.
You're a dog murderer. That's exactly.
Okay, I missed it, because I was like, I missed something. I missed it. Okay.
That was the point I was getting from the whole call, is that he has such passive language, and I think he has this way of being a horrible person, and then like saying to himself that he's not responsible, right? So like you, like you dogging out this girl. Basically, you hooked up with her, said she's not the one, and then you decide that you're going to get with her, but you're not committing to her, but you love her, but you also want to kill her dog.
And now she wants you to commit fully. You're like, man, I don't think you're the one. I killed your dog and everything. But, I think we can't make this a relationship. That because I killed your dog. But
oh my god, like, such a waffle.
Wow,
John, after he railed her in Burning Man. Stuff like,
I'm pretty sure that was some horrible sex. Not horrible, just like nasty. Whenever I think of Burning Man, I just think it's just so gross.
Yeah, people not showering for days on end.
Oh my God.
He really is that kind of way. It's gross.
Yes, like Bohemian times 10. It's primo, man. Yeah. You don't see a lot of us there. That's all I know.
Sure. Maybe some,
Isn't that the one that got stuck in the mud a couple of years ago and couldn't get out?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It sure is.
How bad?
I know.
Yeah, they go out into the desert.
I guess for me, this whole situation, it's like, it kind of takes me back to what we were talking about yesterday. It's like you think she's an awesome person, you think she's wonderful and everything like that, but it's like, but I just don't think she's the one. It's like, well, what is it going to take for you to decide who's going to be the one? Like, if you just want to sleep around, then just go ahead and just sleep around. But
she doesn't have
to not want to commit to somebody because you're just like, I just don't know, I don't know if she's the right one for me. It's like, and then I killed her dog. I still don't know if she's the right one for me. I don't know.
Right, you know what it sounds like to me?
Undecided voters.
Yes. or she doesn't have a penis is the problem.
Say that again?
I picked that up from his voice that she doesn't have a penis.
Right.
That is his problem.
Oh. Well, I mean, I was gonna say she doesn't have a backbone. Like, she should have dumped his ass already after you killed the dog, and after he said you're not the one. Why'd you get the fuck back with him?
Right.
Look, we all seen Sleeping with the Enemy when she was putting all them cans in the row. All the glasses had to be facing due east and shit. You knew that nigga was crazy. Leave him, but she was
yeah. And that's also true. Like, I don't disagree with the idea that guy could be pan or bi, but he's definitely fucking her. I mean, like, that was part of some nasty ass white people sex. But
yeah, because all I hear is a white girl in my head screaming, "Murderer!"
Like,
you
killed Fluffy.
That is kind of rough, though. Like, if you stay with somebody who killed your pet, I mean, that's fucked up. No. Why the fuck is she still there? Like,
right.
That's something else, and that's one of those things where I get at the idea that we don't want to blame the victim because she is being victimized by this dude in kind of ways, but she's also empowering it to happen, right? Like, it couldn't happen unless she's allowing a lot of the setup,
right?
And yeah, that's the thing. We all have that sort of innate need for connection. And I don't know if we're all, utilized with the tools to walk away from something that feels right in some ways, That's the reason I don't want to blame her. So she may have not been equipped with the tools to walk away. Some people just aren't. They hadn't had enough experience.
But if she feels, the point I was saying, if she feels like she's sleeping with a murderer.
Yeah. I think she's eventually going to leave, but it's just like, yeah, that's the reason he called, because he can tell she's about to leave, right?
And James, you're not the one. She ain't the one. He don't want to let her go.
Yeah.
That part, because I don't understand, like you said, what the confusion is here. He obviously said she's not the one. It sounds like in some ways he's convinced himself that he wants a commitment, but another side he doesn't. Like, he's really straddling the fence here. And in this sense, it's like he needs a friend that has some real positive reinforcement or some negative one to say to her, bitch, please. Like, where's your friend? You need a gay friend right now. Because a gay friend would tell her something that, because obviously her straight girlfriends ain't telling her.
You need to call Cream Diggler so Cream could be like,
girl.
Right. Girl.
Bitch, what you doing?
Right.
Look, she needs Ayana to fix her life, beloved.
Oh god! All right. You have any comments or questions?
Yes.
My hand's still greasy. Go ahead, Slam.
Sammy says he was one of those dudes that wouldn't wipe his ass and wanted her to eat it.
No,
yikes, Sammy, yikes.
He is gross. Yes.
He also says, no, we don't all sleep with the enemy. I heed the signs of someone's dysfunction. Good for you, Sam.
That's good. Yeah.
We all need to do that.
Yeah. So I got another one. This is kind of funny. I don't understand why people read so much into how someone text messages them or how frequently or how fast someone texts back. and like what that means. But this is just
Not
like
a damn thing.
I don't think it means anything either. But this is just a conversation about that issue. I'm gonna play it.
I'm dating a guy and I'm not that interested. I will take a day to respond. I just think that that's how it is. Like I have been in the most high pressure environments on the red carpet of the Oscars, and I was dating someone and they messaged me, I reply straight away.
No.
Like,
wait, is that real? Did you actually do it from the red carpet?
Yeah. Like there is
if he wanted to, he would.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's got their phone on them at all times. They're glued to it. I think like moments before like we were going live, I was like, can I have my bag? I just want to see if someone's texted me.
That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah. But I think if it's a one-off, you can't really judge it because yes, 9 hours, they could be doing something different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Truth is probably they weren't and they just weren't that interested. So I do think that there's a lot to be said for like taking note of how the communication goes, like the day after the date. But I also think that one thing to think about is that often it's actually not about you, and like decentering you can help a lot because yeah, like someone else could be going, you have no idea what they're going through, you have no idea if they're just not in the right headpace to date.
Totally.
And even if you are great, like it's actually not about you, and
Right.
maybe just if you just stop thinking about you for a moment, you might feel better.
But at the same time, you're gonna text right back if you like.
Right. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, girl.
I'm just saying.
That's a
topic-
pretty big girl.
But I think this is something that Cream actually brings up a few times, that like we do make exceptions for people we really like, right?
Yeah.
At times when we wouldn't put up with some shit, or let's say you typically don't want to talk to someone this much because you're busy, but if you really like them, like you'll make time. You'll make the time.
Or you'll go to Taco Bell.
Pretty much. Oh god.
Yeah, I think depending on the level of what they mean to us, like if it takes them a day to respond, it might be like, well, it takes them a day to respond. But if it's like, if y'all are like this, and it's like, bitch, are you okay? What's going on? It's been an hour. I hadn't heard back from you. What's going on? And John, you know how we Apple phone users are. If you got red receipts on, okay, I know you read my message. Why ain't you responding, bitch?
Or I seen them motherfucking bubbles. Why the fuck you ain't finished that text?
Right. You see the bubbles, and then all of a sudden they stop, and it's like, well, what?
They're about to change the game on that. Like when the update comes, I think it's coming next week, where your messages get summarized. And I saw this one this conversation they had about one of the messages that was in the beta, and it was a breakup text message. that the AI summarized. It's like, I'm not into you anymore, I'm gone.
They write a long text, and the AI
the basic 5 words, I break up with you.
They write a whole page of like just a whole bunch of stuff, and the AI's like, you just got done.
Honestly, you can read the whole thing later, but that does make it like the read receipts, a little obsolete, because you can now get a summary of the whole text message right on your home screen,
Mm-hmm.
without triggering the read receipts.
Right.
But yeah, that's
I
funny
like
though.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
I also ask the question, just get to the gist.
Right. And it's pretty good. I mean, they're using the same model as Chat GPT, so it's probably going to be pretty good. I've been using that shit.
Right.
Pretty
I used to know somebody who also used to get mad and be like, why are you mad? Why are you mad? It's like, what do you mean, why am I mad? I can read this text and it just seems like you're mad. I can read your tone. It's like, Oh,
because they know you.
now. Right. You read my tone. You can tell like I'm really mad because I'm like, so what's going on? You mad? What you mad about? Like, I hate that.
Yeah.
Well, now I've been on the other end of that, and I will say just because of having been trained to read body language, people text differently when they're angry versus not, and I put that up in the text and be like, okay, something is up. But yet again, I'm not going to go through and dissect that shit with you. It's just like you can tell tone sometimes because, like I said, it's why you using big words. Like, what's up? And the other time you be like, all emojis and shit, and now you want to give me all big words like you trying to prove something. So,
or the opposite is true. Like you write this big long sentence out, and it's like, okay,
yeah. Right. Oh God. Now that irritates me.
I hate that. Oh.
That's so passive aggressive.
Right.
Over there, be around the corner, go over there. Okay.
I used to get mad about that when I was single and I would be on some of the date apps. And like you said, people would be into this, I want somebody that communicates and blah, blah, blah. And, and they want you to be clear. You write something and you write more than one word. And they come back with a cool. And I be like,
Jeffrey, you know who's good for that? Fred WB.
Oh,
Fred
Lord.
WB is good for that. That nigga is good for a K. Or just one letter. You be like, what the fuck?
Now, some people I know that it irritates, and I've learned to honor the fact that I sometimes just like to push people's buttons. I use the thing where like you can do the thumbs up. I won't respond. I'll just use the thumbs up. Like yeah. And that is somebody. I forget who it was. Or they were so mad at me. Like that's all I get for a response here.
It might have been me because I hate that damn thing. That is so rude. You can't say okay or yes.
I kind of do that all the time. Although now you can use your own emojis instead of just the ones that are.
Yes, and I love that.
Yes, make up your own.
Right.
But no, I mean, I am really bad at texting. I think I get where you're coming from, Swag, where people read something into it. And I'm not saying that they're necessarily wrong. But it's like, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I'm not actively communicating this to you. So why are you reading this in,
Right. Yeah.
So like, it's like you're trying to elicit a negative response out of me when I'm not being negative, like
you want me to be mad, right?
I didn't say anything, man. But you're right. There could have been some sort of subconscious psychological thing that they picked up on. And I'm like, how dare you pick up on that? How dare you?
If I'm really mad, I'm gonna call you. I'm not gonna. Because you need to hear all these whores and bitches. I'm gonna call you.
You need to hear all the whores and bitches. Yeah.
You need to hear every last whore and every last bitch. I'm gonna call you. And then not gonna be nice.
And you better not hang up neither.
You're not coming to your house. You're coming to the workplace. I'm coming to your house. Oh, that's what you doing now. That's what you doing now. Right.
But I love it when people get passive aggressive in text because you can tell. And I'm that person that we get ready to go here. Like I match energy sometimes. I can be absolutely petty. So I'm gonna go there with you. And I love it when they then call you out. Well, what you trying to say? The same thing you were saying, bitch. I was just a little bit more direct.
The other day when I went to go vote.
Mm-hmm.
It was a young couple, young lady, young man. Apparently, she told him to wait for her. He said, okay. He said, I'm going to go ahead and go use the bathroom. So he went to use the bathroom. I guess she was still doing whatever. And as I was coming out, he was coming out. She was like, you already voted? He was like, yeah. She was like, what the fuck? And then you ain't read my text? He said, all you said was OWN. I'm on the way, right? He was like, you was already in 20 minutes. I've been in the bathroom from.
Oh, God.
Go in there and take your vote back and let's vote together.
Damn it.
The old lady that was handing out, I don't know, they sit in the chair to be able to go over here, go over there.
Yeah,
and
right.
The old lady was like, well, and honey, it won't like y'all can go in the same booth, honey.
Right.
And she rolled her eyes at that old lady like,
Yeah.
"Bitch, mind your business."
I love an old poll worker though, because them women, them old poll workers. When
They
we
don't
had the
play.
runoff last year, when we had to do the runoff for Warnock, and I was down in Henry County and Warnoff and Herschel Walker, and a black woman, she was a poll worker, old lady. But, we were standing in line or whatever, and then I got up to the front, and she said, "Thank you for being patient." She said, "This don't make no sense. I don't even know why we having to do this." They knew they was wrong. Mind
Wow.
you, the people behind me looking at her, she gave 0 fucks. She understood. I understood the assignment.
0 fucks. The old queen that waited on me was like, "It made the best woman win."
That's pretty good.
No,
Meanwhile,
it in far enough.
meanwhile,
Listen to John.
I got harassed at the polls by the poll
Yeah.
worker.
She ain't pissed me off, though.
Jeffrey hadn't heard it.
No, what happened?
Well, at the end, after you do your ballot and everything and print it out, you have to go and put it in the machine.
Right.
Well, I put it in, but it didn't go. It came back out, and the poll worker said, you got to shove it in this way." Like, you didn't shove it in hard enough.
Now,
So
let me
yeah.
tell you something. It take an act of Congress to shame John. It take an act of Congress. And that man was saying something mighty terrible. John said he was shamed.
I felt.
Well, I was gonna say, so the poll worker was interested in more than one poll. Sounds like.
Probably.
You did not shove it in correctly, friend.
And then I forgot to
see a technique.
And then I forgot to tell y'all he did my hand like this when I was doing it. So yeah.
Okay.
I was asking.
That's a whole Malcolm. That's a whole new meaning to souls to the poll.
Look, John gonna be voting early every election now.
And the poll's gonna be at that man's house.
He might go for John, but don't even worry about coming down here. I'm gonna bring
He's gonna be on the bed with his legs up, talking about vote here.
Y'all are nasty.
Yeah.
That old man gonna be like, don't even worry about coming down here, baby. I'm gonna vote for you and bring you a ham sandwich. You gotta shove it in, push it in. What?
Oh my goodness.
You gotta shove it in, push it in.
Qualified election interference.
Wow.
You know what?
I don't know.
I'm sure the poll watcher saw it.
But Mark, I was telling you, this is my first time voting in Georgia, and it was the most pleasurable experience I've ever had voting.
Yeah, I've gotten used to it. I forget that it's advanced compared to other states. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very advanced.
Yeah, I walked in and walked out in less than 10 minutes. I thought I was gonna get me for the poll. I went.
The woman was.
It took me 10 minutes.
Yeah, she was gonna damn near set me in the chat like, "Honey, if you don't move back, I'm gonna fall on both of us. Just move back. I got this. It's all right. No, but just back on up. I want you. I'm good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I think it was also like the spinoff from that was also they updated our ID system as well. Because they require,
they've caught 20 illegals already
out of 2 million.
Out of 2 million.
Speaking of that, real quick, congratulations, Georgia. We hit at noon today. We hit 2 million early votes.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think she's starting to say. Personally, I think she's starting to say, "Fuck Pennsylvania." And do Georgia and North Carolina.
Oh well, the town hall is that she's in Pennsylvania. It's a town hall. I think it's on now.
And
she's here tomorrow.
It started
on CNN. Yeah.
Yeah, she's here tomorrow. Her and Obama.
Yeah, she's here tomorrow.
And then, she's going to Texas on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
that's a big
absolutely
deal.
surprising. Yeah. People talked about the fact that, that they made that choice based on some internal polling, and they are not wasting their money. They've been, they want to be everywhere. And so if they chose to be in Texas, that means there's something they are seeing in their data.
Well, Ted Cruz is about to lose his seat.
And then
and
the
that's
other
real.
thing is, Trump was in Florida twice. Something is happening, because I was told not to run my mouth, but a little birdie told me that the internal polling is looking a lot better than they are letting on. They would want people to believe that it's close and it's tight, so we can continue, because people are voting like their minds are bad. I mean, motherfuckers is voting. I think, Malcolm, they up to 1 million in North Carolina, which is unheard of. But they might be trying to get rid of Mark Robinson.
But that's true. Like, the fact is, it's like we're conditioned to vote more during the pandemic, and we're outpacing pandemic level voting early and by mail, which is to say that I think a lot of people are just anxious about, the votes getting counted.
Now, Malcolm, I know you got some cat and bear videos.
I do, and so I figure we could talk politics until I play the bear video.
I'm ready for, because I know you by now. I got you. It's gonna be birds and bears.
This is my video therapy, I guess I could call it.
I know it. I thought. Absolutely. I was like, oh, okay.
Because mine is. I realize, Flag does like the Cats Gone Wild. I'm doing like the opposite of that, which is like cats hugging and rubbing, and super cute animals. Although they do something.
When the cats beat up on the dogs, I just think that's hilarious.
I love that.
I watched rabbits beating up on cats and cats beating.
Now that one was really good. I like that one. That's what Flag had. Rabbits.
Rabbits are mean.
Yes, rabbits and cats. Who knew?
But yeah, let's go ahead. I can do some of these. All right, let's go.
I brought you these flowers, a bouquet I made you. I stole from the front yards of all of my neighbors. This took me hours. I picked all your favorites. You let them dehydrate in a matter of days.
Please look at this squirrel with a chicken tender. A whole ass chicken tender. It just climbed this pole with a chicken tender.
Wow.
And he's having a great day.
That's like the architect.
All right,
I was wondering when she was coming.
I know, right? The girl back there filming is just like,
right.
She's like, But she's losing weight though. She was bigger than this in the first video.
That's true. I guess all
girl giving them a run for their money.
I know, right?
Well, damn.
I'm like, what sport is this? I don't know.
Right.
Man, Mexico.
It's back in
It's called Big Slap. It's called Big Slap.
Now this is a Chala when I take a walk.
Hey.
What you doing?
Hey.
What you
I saw that.
What you doing?
Compressing your feet.
For what? What does that mean?
Trying to help you out.
I'm asleep. What?
Prevent you from swelling.
From what?
I'm trying to help you.
Oh my
I'm trying to help you.
Oh boy, not a cat freeway. Lord have mercy. Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, he grew.
Like 3 years later.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Why did we go wrong?
Fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some.
Heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
Look at it's freaking bats. I love Halloween.
Everybody get up.
He's attacking the flippers.
That is the solid every day.
Biscuits, biscuits, it's time to make biscuits. Knead the dough between my toes until I'm feeling sleep.
Stop fucking with me.
I saw this online.
Yeah.
I thought it was ice cream, cookies and cream myself.
Exactly. It's so weird. I was like, why'd you do that? And again, rabbits eating sounds like macaroni in a pot. I'm just saying.
But that one of the cat in the sink with just peeping out, that is the child all day long. I will catch him just staring me down, and I'm just like, "What are you doing? Why are you staring at me? What did I do wrong?"
Oh
He's
god,
studying you.
It do. It's like our
But he
bigger.
studied me for
I
4
would-
years. I ain't changed that much. How much studying do you need to do?
He's trying to see if he can eat you. I mean, that's what it is. His big cat ancestors are like, damn, you could eat him.
Right.
You could just, like slowly.
You can take that.
You can take it. Trying to figure out how to do it.
Right, exactly. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out one of these days. One of these days.
Start off at the ankle, nigga. Start off at the ankle.
Right.
Oh god. But yeah, join us Saturday for the Saturday sit down as we will break down all of the news that's coming out this week.
It depends on how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It is Greg's show, however he wants.
No, I'm just telling y'all. My tagline is usually I watch the news so you won't have to.
But you're not watching.
Sometimes I don't want to.
I'm in one of those boards right now. That article
I mean, because
from Jonah Goldberg. Oh my God. I was just like,
yeah, so I think I was telling Swag. I was telling Swag, I was like, when did CNN get so negative? They were like, Kamala Harris's campaign got all this money, she still can't break free of a tie. Well, what about Trump, bitch? I'll be like, what?
I mean, that's exactly why I stopped watching the news because that shit's
Right,
annoying.
and then like they
especially CNN.
Yeah.
the recording of what's his name, John, what's his name, and then what's his name had the nerve to say, "Is it really his voice?"
Oh God. So, if you also want to get away from the news,
Yes.
you can join the Blurred Council
Your daddy. Who's your daddy?
with Devon and the Blurreds, them three, and then
You know, they get way down in the woods. I just get lost down there. I have to turn off.
This is true, but I'm guessing maybe they'll be talking about Silent Hill. It dropped this week.
Oh, that would be because they'd be like Megalodon hit Techlodon.
And I'm sure they're going to be talking about Agatha all along.
Oh yeah, the finale is tonight, is it? Or I don't know when the finale is.
Okay, because I have just decided I'm gonna binge watch it all because I've not started episode 1.
But they did have like a major reveal last week or whenever. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I am up to date on Grotesquerie though.
Okay.
They got me on lock. They got me on lock. Check it out. FX Thursday nights. Niecy Nash Betts, Courtney B. Vance, and Travis Kelce. Believe it or not.
Okay.
He is a good. I didn't realize how pretty he was. My God.
Oh yeah.
I was like, Tay do not deserve that man.
I mean, there's a reason why the people were obsessed with them. So.
Oh my God, you need to go ahead and shake it off because let him go on black to black chicks. He that pretty, right? You can tell.
Yeah. By the way, we're
like
join us on Monday for lunch, of course.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, we'll have some good news by then. I don't know.
What like what? Like what?
I don't know something. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm just dreaming here. I was like, maybe
I
something.
mean, like, holler at your boy, because I mean, you know.
I know.
I'm like, if she has to talk in front of one more white person, she says, you know, if I hear Obama say, "Don't vote, don't boo, vote." I mean, they got the Clinton. They didn't drug out poor Bill Clinton. Bill just hanging on by a thread. Bill out there. I told you. But he's
make sure to join Swag on Tuesday at 9. And,
Swagalicious. And we're going to find out if the straights are okay.
Yeah, that last one, so not okay.
Very disturbing, right.
Yeah. Make sure to also follow John on Instagram at the Double J Chronicles. And
look for them red shorts. Look for them red shorts.
Yeah. Also, the Bearcast is available on all the streaming platforms. You can go to Patreon. We'll probably talk a little politics. I got other topics if we want.
Malcolm, somebody said that there wasn't an M3 link in the Patreon website. Alfonso.
Okay. I will fix that as we go to Patreon.
Hang on, Fonz.
There should be.
I'll take care of it, Malcolm.
Okay, yeah. There should be one in the Telegram group, by the way. I did put one there. Yeah.
Yes.
Hang on, Fonzie.
Yeah. So, let me roll the credits. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I appreciate the distraction. I really needed that. And we'll see you.
But you don't even watch the news. How do you get distracted? You don't even watch TV.
I do.
Oh, okay.
All right. I mean, I end up reading it. So.
I will talk about it on Patreon because I got.
All right.
guys. See you Saturday. Peace.
So I have one thing I could do talking about politics, and because I mean I do kind of want to talk about it, but also just like kind of get rid of this topic because it's sort of like where my anxiety comes from, which is like people making up their own narratives of stuff. So let me just play this.
This right here is everything. If you don't understand this, then you're not going to understand anything about how America works, about its society, and about its politics. This is a meme that was shared by Elon Musk, one of the wealthiest people in the history of the known universe. And he posted this thing saying, you watched The Hunger Games and sided with the Resistance. You watched Star Wars and sided with the Resistance. You watched The Matrix and sided with the Resistance. You watched Divergence and sided with the Resistance. You watched V for Vendetta and sided with the Resistance. When it's fiction, you understand. Yet you refuse to see it when it's the reality you're living in. And of course, everybody is yelling at him saying, you think you're part of the Resistance? You, a right-wing billionaire? And yes, he does. This is how America works. Every faction in America, every social class, every economic class, every religious class believes they are the resistance against the elites. And I mean, they truly believe it. I don't know Elon Musk or what he actually thinks, but it would not surprise me at all if you hooked him up to a lie detector test and said, do you really think you're the Katniss in this situation? And if he said yes, it would come up that he was telling the truth. I know I was raised in this ecosystem. I spent most of my life in it. Every Sunday I went to an evangelical church that said any day now the federal government is going to declare Christianity to be illegal and all of us will be arrested and we need to prepare to go out in the wilderness and fight the evil atheist government. And I sat there and I heard that and I fully believed it, while in a country that celebrates the Christian holiday of Christmas for 20% of the calendar year. At the time, I believed that the government was about to criminalize Christianity. I think there were 0 non-Christian members of Congress. We had never had a non-Christian president. When we go to court, we would swear on a Bible. So yes, Donald Trump paints himself as the victim in his campaign speeches. And when he speaks to his Christian audiences, he will say, yes, you are the victims. They hate you. The elites hate you. And if you're saying, well, how can they believe that though? Allow me to explain. In the USA, the single largest religious belief group is evangelical Christians. They represent 25% of the population. But when's the last time you've seen a Hollywood movie appeal specifically to them? When's the last time you've seen a female superhero who's all about staying home and raising the kids and teaching them good Christian values? How often, they ask, do you see a New York Times headline that's worried about what percentage of America is destined for hell? Or that interviews experts about when Jesus will return? If Yale or MIT or some other big prestigious university came out and said, it is our official position that marriage is between a man and a woman, would the main powers of society, the federal government and corporations, embrace them or denounce them? When they would say, have you heard an anti-abortion pop song? Or anything in our popular culture that celebrates modesty and chastity and waiting for marriage that is not part of a niche of Christian entertainment. You don't need to yell at me and tell me that they're wrong. I'm just trying to explain that in the United States, in our culture, it is good to be the underdog. We root for the person who is on the outside being oppressed. So everyone tries to see the world in a way that makes their group look downtrodden. So you can take whoever has the most absurd claim of being an underdog. Let's say the CEO of the biggest oil company in the United States. They will say, if the federal government passes some environmental regulation that ruins my industry, I would be powerless against that because the government has this, where I just have a bunch of stock in an oil company. There is always a way to frame yourself as the victim. Again, I am not Elon Musk. You do not need to yell at me saying that he's silly for posting this. What I'm saying is that the faction of people he's appealing to here, the people who agree with this, they truly do believe it.
This part of me also, part of me also is, this is why I need to disconnect from the internet and from right-wing media. Because I'll give you a good example, like he didn't give, which is, you know, the right-wingers think that, you know, the liberals control the media narrative, and yet the most popular news network on television is Fox News. By far. I think they have higher ratings than, you know, CNN and MSNBC combined.
By far.
And they still somehow think that they're the underdog. Like, you're the mainstream media now. Don't you get it?
Right. April Ryan was on MSNBC this morning, and she said, "I'm going to make a public. I am almost sure that Vice President has to go in." And so Mika Brzezinski, that yummy exoskeleton, says, "Well, how are you so sure, April?" She says, "We are a television society. We base everything on TV and money. And she started going through the ratings of the debate. She went through the ratings of the DNC, and then she started going down to the ratings on Fox. She doubled him on Fox. She doubled him, you know what I mean? And she was like, and follow the money. She said, them polls can say any motherfucking thing they want, but look at them TV ratings and look at those rallies. And she said, now, I don't know what it's going to look like in the end, but I truly believe that America's sick of him.
Right.
And I think we're just tired of being embarrassed. It's embarrassing that, and this is no trope against mentally disabled people, but it's embarrassing. People think your president is mentally ill.
Yeah.
Why Joe stepped the fuck down? Now, why is it okay for Joe to step down, but your 78-year-old dementia patient, is okay? That nigga is not okay.
Right.
That's why they try to keep him out of places and away from places, and it's not working for them. Like, the reason Hillary lost is because she stopped running because she thought she had it. You know what I mean? Honestly, she stopped running for president 3 weeks before the race. Her and Bill went to fucking Kenny Bunkport or whatever the fuck they want to do. And she stopped running. She didn't go to Wisconsin, and she didn't go to Pennsylvania. And where did she lose? Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. But let me tell you something about goddamn Shaniqua Kamala Harris. That bitch not here for the games. That bitch is everywhere all at once. Me and Cream yesterday was like, this bitch done fucked around and Cream and cloned herself. Yesterday, this bitch was in 3 states with different outfits on. I'm like, bitch, you bad. That is the true test right there, bitch. You got 3 different outfits on, bitch.
And you had Liz Cheney with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And you holding court with white women. Bitch, I don't know where Shirley Chisholm is, heaven or hell. I'm not the judge, but she's got to be so proud. And Hillary has already said, she's I'm so proud. She said, if she loses, she has him by the balls. She has him by the balls. She is literally running for president. I mean, literally running for president. And so lastly, something is happening. I don't know. Because a bitch ain't going to waste a precious Friday to go to Texas and Florida and all that shit. If ain't go. So I volunteered up until last week because I was like, I need a break. This shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I got tired of being called. I know you're a nigger.
Yeah.
How did you know?
It's funny, like this election cycle, I wanted to volunteer, but I didn't. For that reason, like I don't think my mental health.
You feel better. Sometimes you can really change. Because I started getting to the point where I can just name one.
Yeah, I was able to deal with it with Obama, but I don't know.
But I really think she really mastered. I think Hillary took, I'm the first woman that did. No. Harris was like, I'm a woman, I'm black. Let's just get down to it. You know what I mean? I think.
Yeah. It's interesting, too. I thought about that where her campaign is downplaying her racial and sex identity, and it's like.
Exactly.
It's obvious.
It is obvious, and
I love that because a lot of her, a lot of Trump supporters are always saying like, this is identity politics, and she's campaigning on the fact that she's a woman, and she's like, no, she's not. She hasn't mentioned that once. Like, we can see, but like that's not why we're voting for her. She hasn't said vote for me because I'm a black woman.
You let that bitch win. You let that bitch win. She gonna change her motherfucking campaign logo to a vagina. You let that bitch win. We all going down the Soul Train line because y'all think Obama was black. That bitch is black. She is diversity black.
She's Howard black. She went to Howard.
Yeah.
Look, they're gonna be electric slide at the damn inauguration.
That's funny. Usually we get to Texas. Pollen is within reach. She just needs turnout. I know that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I heard that.
And you know, and did anybody see the Cam Newton Corey Holcomb interview?
No, I went back and watched it on YouTube because it told you.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything about it.
It's Corey Holcomb. I don't know why anybody would want to interview him, but basically, Cam Newton asked him why did he support Trump, and then first thing he said was, "Well, first off, I want to let you know I don't vote. I don't believe in that sucker shit." And then secondly, he said he don't trust Kamala because she don't have enough black around her. I told Greg, I said, so you mean tell me someone with a black father went to a HBCU, is an AKA, is less black than Donald Trump? Make it make sense. I don't get that.
Right.
It's like sometimes I just wish people would not get a.
He lost 2 deals he had last week. They roasted his dumb.
Cam Newton did.
No, what you know?
You know.
But this is that it is interesting because I don't know if you remember, Malcolm, when I think it was like a year ago when you sent that article about black men, and how they were really weaponizing this idea that the black woman was the reason why the black family. I don't think we ever got a chance to really talk about that. Ever since you put it up, I've actually been doing some more reading about that, and I do find it very interesting because I think ultimately that's what undid Stacey Abrams even here in Georgia. You know, I have coworkers that we was talking to, like, you know, and, you know, you have a very well-educated woman electorate, but you have black men that have bought into this masculine greatness thing, this idea that, you know, they are being ignored, and this whole idea that, you know, somehow or another the black woman is at the fault for that. You know, and I'm trying to figure out how, and, you know, and I know Barack has been really trying to campaign and really kind of come down on that. But yeah, I agree. Like I told somebody, I said, you know, regardless of how successful you are, every black man has learned from OJ to Kanye West that you can go and you can play on their level and whatever, and even get you a nice, pretty white woman. And yet again, love is love. But if that was your idea of success, though, then that's a different thing. And as soon as the shit hits the fan, then what? And you want to come right back to the community, you know, now I'm black.
Yeah.
You know, and we've heard that narrative time and time again. And I just think that that's just sad and really interesting. Like I told a guy, yet again, we was having a healthy debate, but I said, just in the fact that you, as being nurtured by black women, being raised by a black single mom, you know, who got your ass out of a lot of trouble and just always had your back, and not turn your back on somebody for that same exact reason, that's just stupid.
Yeah. It's like from what I remember in that article, it's this idea that black men want some of the privileges of whiteness, and it feels that they can cozy up to whiteness by denigrating blac women. Like that's something that they might have in common.
I don't know why they think that is far from what's happening. I mean,
I'm just saying this is where they're feeling, and I'm saying it also shows up, like you said, in the money, right? Like there's money in denigrating black women. You know, like these podcasts where they make fun of black women make a lot of money. You know, and they get a lot of attention. You know, they may not get the actual privileges, but it's close enough. Money is its own privilege. It's its own type of freedom. So, it is sad too. Yeah, and I think there's always been a history of this idea of like, you know, this little sense of power that black men have had even prior to this. That you know. A lot of when we talked about that documentary about the black church and why the black church was so slow to, you know, elevate black women as, you know, preachers and leaders within the church had to do with the fact that I think men just felt a certain amount of privilege when they were in the church, right? They felt honored and raised up in a society which was beating them down. And it was strangely like it's what was it? Derek's friend Carla said, you know, like racism or all isms are like a, you know, LMN or whatever, you know?
Oh yeah.
You need someone beneath you to feel acceptable. You know, like there needs to be someone
Right.
that you can look down on so that you feel a little bit better. It's the reason why racism and patriarchy work, because it'll you know.
And black women, to their demise, have always elevated black men, even when it didn't benefit them. And I say that very openly, like you said, the black church. You talk about the civil rights movement. You know, Martin Luther King was a figurehead in a lot of ways. You know, like you said, it was the women that led that movement. It just needed a leader, and they needed the leader to be male. So they're going to put him up, and not to say that King didn't do great things, but I'm saying he would not have had as much success without those women planning boycotts and sit-ins and all that other stuff that had to happen behind the scenes. And even, you know, and I say that even to even look at how someone like Bernard Rustin, who was a part of that movement as a gay black man during that time, also has denigrated his role in the movement, and he helped plan the March on Washington.
Yeah.
Right. He was the primary planner of that, you know, and was actively involved in the black church. And as someone that, as I tell people, I have real grievance with the black church now for a lot of those same reasons, which is why I left. Because yet again, I saw, you know, like people would say the black church was so homophobic, but if all the women and the gays left, the church would be empty.
See, I happen to be lucky. I probably go to the only black Catholic church that has an openly gay priest that is non-practicing. I hit the lottery in religion, and seriously, they're reaffirming. You know, Father Jeff is always loving and you know, just open to, you know, he's a little sassy. I love you, Father Jeff.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around non-practicing homosexual, but okay.
That means, you know, he can say "oh girl" and "child" and just not suck a dick. You know?
Greg, go to your room. I'm sorry, you're already in your room.
No, I'm not Greg. I'm in my over there cold fast, Jeff. Damn it! Can I erase that? Can we take that out? Can we get a rewind? Can we get a rewind? Can we get a rewind? Because the hell communicated from church.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say I did get into Jonah Goldberg's article. It's a lot more than just him saying he wanted, you know, Hitler's generals. It was he got a lot of those.
That I think is going to penetrate.
I think so.
No, because when he said, Malcolm, because I was visibly shaking when he said it shouldn't cost $60,000 to bury a fucking Mexican. I have my problems with, I have my issues with my Mexican brothers and sisters, but this woman was bludgeoned to death and was dismembered at Fort Hood in Texas, and she, you know, they named a law after her and some more stuff, and her family. He promised the family that he would pay for it. They didn't ask him for shit, and he ain't paid for it. And so
he never pays for anything.
Right. But now we have to ask the question: as a country, who the fuck are we? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how long we can tolerate this without the cap blowing off of this. You know what I mean? Like, because if you tell me that these people, 30% of the population, can denigrate the other 70%, you know, that there's something is, and I am getting terribly disturbed by all of this. He can say whatever, whenever, and it's just like these people laid their lives down. When that man described how Trump, and this is a man that supported him and worked for him, when that man described how Trump walked through that graveyard, Section 60, where his son lay there after he got blown up by IUD in Iraq, and said, how in the world can someone give their lives for this country? That's stupid.
Yeah. So that was the other part. Yeah, exactly. That he finally got all those people on the record to confirm
Nobody wants to.
that he said all those things. I mean, it was already reported years ago.
Yeah, but then you know what was funny though? My news boo is the one. Her husband, Mike, is the one that broke the story, and so I couldn't give it to her yesterday because it seemed like favoritism. So he had to give it to Chris Hayes. She was mad. You can tell she was mad.
But that's the thing, though. I think what's got me so disturbed is that, one, I know that the people who need to read this are not going to read it.
Yeah.
But however,
just the day before Malcolm, the New York Times just wrote an op-ed. How dare the Democrats use the word fascist? You know what I mean? Yeah. And it wasn't the motherfucking Democrats, you freak face fuck.
I know it was Republican generals who said this man's a fascist. Yeah,
and he had to retract that bitch this morning. And Joe Scarborough was like, he's so petty. Joe Scarborough. I love Joe.
It's interesting because they to the clip you played. I being an avid sci-fi fan and watching a lot of those movies, I have said that has been because I'm like you now. I don't want to watch the news anymore. And I go back to the things like I love Star Wars. I've loved all of them since I was a kid. And there was one where like that second series with Natalie Portman them. And I remember the scene when the Senate votes to put the emperor in charge. And she said, "This is how liberty dies," with basically applause. And that line has always hit me because it feels like that's what we're living right now.
It really was better than
Please, somebody who am I close to on this panel, please somebody hug me and make me feel better. And please tell me, my friends and family on this panel, please tell me that there is enough people in this country that we can at least maintain for another cycle until they find a replacement that does it better. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
He goes away, he's gonna find somebody in a better suit, that knows how to do it better.
Exactly, because I still think Kamala's gonna win. I think it's gonna be a little complicated. She's not gonna be declared the winner on election night.
Oh, now election night is now election month.
I know.
Like that,
yeah. And the thing is, of course, Donald Trump is going to declare victory on election night.
Oh, but Kamala said she had something for that. Okay. She got interviewed yesterday. She was like, "I have millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We are prepared." She's like, "We are prepared. We have ads. We will preempt his ass." And she said, "We have ads that say no."
Yeah, let him count. Yeah. No, I hear you, and I was encouraged by just the numbers who showed up on early voting.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a lot of people who, had no business standing in line for 2 hours, who stood in line for 2 hours and were happy to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And then they gaslight us. Oh, lots of Republicans are voting too, bitch. No, they not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they are, but I'm gonna say like
not
there's
enough.
Democrats there are enough of us. There are enough of us who care. And that is
a girlfriend of mine. She has two sons, 18 and 19. I think she hog-tied them niggas and took them down to the point. I was like, Cynthia, boo, what's happening? She was like, Greg, I gotta take these motherfuckers down here. I done promised one of these bitches sneakers. I don't care. As long as they goddamn vote. I'm gonna call you back. You got a lot going on today.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think though, and I'll say this, I think as America, I think that absolutely there are enough Americans in this country that are over it and over him and over the grievance. My concern is that because the courts have shown that they are willing to side with him on some bullshit.
Right.
That's where my concern comes in, because we already know, like, they already suing now to kick folks off the roll, and they lost, of course, to get that rule reinstated in Georgia, that crazy last-minute rule that they wanted to throw in place. But, and like you said, that's why we are voting early, because we understand they are on some voter suppression shit,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this, and this is my prediction. If the courts get involved, they will burn down the Supreme Court. I'm telling you. White people are sick of it. Even white people are sick of it. Because the one thing you cannot do in a democracy is give somebody a right. And healthcare is the same
And
way.
take it back.
You cannot give somebody something and take it back. I mentor people with disabilities, and one of my little mentees, we were in a group together. He says, "Greg, if Trump gets back, what am I going to do for healthcare?" I said, "Baby, you'll be fine. You'll be fine." When you think about people with pre-existings that can't afford to go back, this little baby is 22. He got his degree. He finally got his first little job. He has CP to the point where he's in a chair, Malcolm. He's doing fantastic. I'm so proud. I've been mentoring him since he was about 13, 14. He's starting to sound like me now. It's a little crazy. Don't do that part, baby. Don't do that part. Do the good part. Don't do that. Don't do the crazy part. Don't do the crazy.
Need two Gregs in the world.
Yeah, don't do the crazy part. And his mother's always like, Greg, you have gave him every bad habit. I did not teach that baby how to cuss.
That's all your fault, Greg.
And he stuttered, so he'd be like, "Fuck that."
Fuck Trump. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna
in
our Patreon real quick.
Okay, and then I'm gonna teach my